This is Ian Bailey with Ian on Personality. We're continuing our series of videos on the different personality systems, the famous ones. We did the Myers-Briggs last time. Now we're going to speak about the Enneagram of Personality. Enneagram, you dissect it. It's a 9-sided shape. You can depict the 9 different personalities in a sort of a shape with interconnected parts. You can see online. Just do a Google image search. And there's apparently a lot of historic wisdom behind why different parts are connected to each other. Each point is connected to the one next to it, and other ones. But we're just going to speak about the personality side of the system today, the 9 different types. So basically, the 9 different types, and you have a wing that is sort of like your secondary and tertiary part of your personality. They're listed number 1 through 9 because no type is more important than the other. I will one time each give the name of the personality, but focus on the number. Usually people find that to be better. So number 1 is called the reformer. Number 1, they're very rational, idealistic, principled, conscientious. They're the kind of people that very idealistic. They like to improve the basic surroundings around them. People might view them as a goody two-shoes sometimes. They can be perfectionist, a bit controlled. That's a number 1 type. Number 2 type is the helper. The helper is the famous NF, or helping personality. Someone who really wants to help other people. They're often a caretaker, usually more demonstrative, generous. So here you go. If you're a 1-2, you have a lot of the 1 type and some of the 2 type in your personality. Number 3 is the achiever. People who are very success-oriented. They're very driven. They like to do things, to be active, not to always sit and think and contemplate. The number 4, which I can relate to, is the individualist. Certain people are usually misunderstood. Certain people do things just because they want to be themselves. I just want to be myself, man. Just do my thing. Individuality and their sort of independence are the most important thing to them. Many of them are creative and more sensitive and kind of withdrawn. Other ones are more active. They just appreciate individuality and being unique. Number 5, the investigator. People that are always contemplative, thinking, analyzing, cerebral. It's that type of personality. So let's say someone is a 3-5. There might be someone who's very big into achieving, but they have a contemplative side to them. 6, the loyalist. A 6s take to some people quickly, but usually they take a long time to feel comfortable with you. But once they feel comfortable with you, they're loyal. They will do anything for you. That's the loyalist. They're committed. They're about security and safety, being responsible, and they can be anxious. I'm getting this from the EnneagramInstitute.com. But it's I like it. It's a very concise page. And because I tend to think about all different systems, I like to have in their own words. 7, the enthusiast. Some people you'll meet, they're always very peppy and enthusiastic about things. Certain camp counselors or youth group directors or youth group counselors are good examples. Busy, spontaneous, fun-loving. Number 8 is the challenger. The challenger, many people that are like lawyers are like this. Not all lawyers, but maybe a stereotype or just certain, CEOs or powerful people always disagreeing with you, showing you the other side of the coin, powerful, dominating, self-confident. Number 9 is the peacemaker. Certain people just want harmony in their environment, easygoing, receptive, reassuring. So it used to be that you could only have a wing with your number that's next to you. Like if you're an 8, you could only have a 7 or a 9. But the more they've developed it, the more you can have any of the other numbers as your secondary and tertiary qualities. And we'll deal with this in a later video. A lot of questions on these systems. But there are a lot of people who are strong-minded and driven, and they're sort of not really mentioned here. They could be under the challenger category, but the challenger is almost disagreeing with others. And then you have a 3, or someone who's very driven and success-oriented, but they're not strong-minded. So the way I understand the Enneagram is that these are basic motivations people have. It's not necessarily the entire description of your temperament and your skill set, but they're simply little motivations people have. For example, I know someone who is an ISTJ on the Myers-Briggs, introverted, thinking. It needs very specific examples. Famous kind of personality. In my system, they'd be a guardian, Gevura. So here, they actually call themselves a helper. So that is the motivation behind why they do things. Their tertiary attribute was actually helping, so it matches up. We'll deal with this in a later video, but basically, it helps a lot if you understand that this is sort of basic motivation. It might be one of your 3 attributes in my system. It might be you linked to a personality, a different system that's different than the archetypal personality. Anyways, that's the Enneagram. Those are the 9 types and how to use the system.